Have you ever wondered why you're stuck in a loop of the same destructive habits, unable to break free? We all have patterns of behavior that we can't seem to shake off, no matter how hard we try. These are our destructive habits, the unseen forces that pull us back every time we try to move forward. They can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and hinder our progress. Yet we often feel powerless against them. But what if there was a way to break free? A philosophy that could guide us to overcome these habits and lead a more balanced life? Enter Stoicism, a school of thought that teaches us to accept the things we cannot change and to change the things we can. It's a philosophy that promotes self-control, resilience, and a clear mind. Today, we delve into the 7 destructive habits that Stoicism can help us overcome. The first destructive habit we encounter is negative thinking. It's a silent killer of dreams. You see, negative thinking can create a self-defeating snowball effect. It starts with a single thought, a seed of doubt, that grows into a full-blown, thorny bush of despair. This is not only detrimental to our mental health, but it also undermines our overall well-being. But here's where the philosophy of Stoicism comes in. Stoicism, at its core, promotes acceptance and control over one's thoughts. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can change and what we can't. It's about understanding that our thoughts, our reactions, are within our control. By practicing Stoicism, we can learn to replace negative thoughts with positive, constructive ones. This isn't about ignoring negative thoughts or pretending they don't exist. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing not to be ruled by them. By embracing Stoicism, we can learn to control our thoughts rather than be controlled by them. Next up is procrastination, the thief of time. This habit has a way of sneaking into our lives, laying its roots deep and gradually stealing our most precious resource, time. Procrastination is like a comforting lie we tell ourselves, "I'll do it later." But later often turns into never. Now, how can Stoicism help here? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, emphasizes discipline and action. It encourages us to recognize that the present moment is all we truly have. Hence, it urges us to make the most of it. When we procrastinate, we essentially postpone living. Stoicism, on the other hand, pushes us to act now, to live now. It's about realizing that the perfect moment we're waiting for may never come. The perfect moment is now. So, how about we start tackling procrastination today? Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and that includes our actions. The third destructive habit is a lack of self-control, often leading us into temptation and regret. This habit can manifest in various ways, from overindulgence in food and drink to succumbing to procrastination. It's like a sneaky thief, robbing us of our potential and leaving us with a heap of regrets. But there's hope, and it comes from an unlikely place, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us about virtue and self-discipline. It encourages us to take control of our desires rather than being controlled by them. It's not about suppressing our desires, but rather understanding them, questioning them, and choosing how to act on them. This is the essence of self-control. Imagine the power of being able to choose your actions rather than being led by impulse. The power to say no when it matters. The power to pursue what truly brings you long-term fulfillment rather than short-term pleasure. With Stoicism, we can learn to master our desires, not be enslaved by them. The remaining destructive habits include overindulgence, self-doubt, fear of failure, and living in the past. Let's start with overindulgence. It's that extra slice of cake at midnight or that extra hour of sleep on a Monday morning. It's harmless at first glance, but over time, it forms a pattern of excess. And this pattern can rob us of our self-discipline, our health, and our time. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of moderation. It's about enjoying life's pleasures without becoming a slave to them. It's about maintaining a balance that allows us to live a fulfilled life. Next up is self-doubt. This is a tricky one, as it often masquerades as humility or realism. But in reality, it's a cruel chain that binds us to mediocrity. It's the voice in our heads that whispers, "You can't do it." Stoicism, however, gives us a different message. It tells us that our worth is not defined by external validation, but by our character, our actions, and our values. Then we have the fear of failure. We've all felt it. That gut-wrenching dread that comes with stepping outside our comfort zones. But Stoicism encourages us to view failure differently. It's not a monster to be feared, but a teacher to be respected. Failure is a part of life, and each failure brings us one step closer to success. Finally, there's the habit of living in the past. It's easy to get lost in the maze of what-ifs and if-onlys. But Stoicism teaches us to live in the present. The past is a place of reference, not residence. We learn from it, but we don't let it dictate our present or future. With Stoicism, we can learn to live in the present, accept our flaws, embrace failure as a learning process, and live moderately. Because at the end of the day, it's not about being perfect. It's about being better than we were yesterday. And that, my friends, is the essence of Stoicism. As we have seen, these 7 destructive habits can significantly hamper our personal growth and happiness. They can keep us shackled, hold us back, and prevent us from reaching our true potential. But as the ancient philosophy of Stoicism teaches us, the power to overcome these habits lies within us. Let's take a moment to recap. Negative thinking, the first destructive habit, can cloud our judgment and make us see the world through a pessimistic lens. But Stoicism encourages us to focus on facts rather than interpretations, helping us maintain a balanced perspective. Next, we discussed procrastination, a common habit that can lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Stoicism, however, teaches us the value of time and the importance of acting in the present moment. It prompts us to take action now, rather than waiting for the perfect time. The third habit we explored was a lack of self-control, which can lead to unhealthy choices and regrets. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of discipline and self-restraint, guiding us to make decisions that align with our values and long-term goals. Finally, we examined the last 4 destructive habits: fear of change, avoidance of discomfort, overindulgence, and the tendency to dwell on the past. Each of these habits can disrupt our peace of mind and hinder our progress. Yet, Stoicism provides us with the tools to tackle them head-on. It teaches us to accept change as a natural part of life, to embrace discomfort as a path to growth, to practice moderation in all things, and to focus on the present instead of being caught up in the past. By embracing your inner Stoic, you can break free from these destructive habits and lead a more fulfilling life. Remember, the power to change lies within you.